Usually it's late at night when I start mulling things over, thinking about what I achieved, what I didn't achieve, what I set my mind on and got done, and what I promised myself that I would or wouldn't do. And little by little, you develop a perspective on exactly what it is that you have to do to keep yourself sane. And it's at this particular hour of day when things start to churn in my mind just a little bit, and they start to become more evident, point me to a direction that I ought to be in. You can probably tell that this is going to be another mindless droning about heaven knows what. And to be quite honest, I'm still searching for my niche. I'm still searching for that thing that makes me unique. And quite honestly, I don't know if I'm ever going to obtain that characteristic for as long as I'm alive. But you see, maybe it's not such a bad thing, because everyone always tells you that there's always going to be someone out there for you that is going to make you appreciate yourself before anyone else does, that is going to make you realize that there's nothing wrong with you. There was never anything wrong with you. And I think they're out there. They really are. All we have to do is just be patient and develop a healthy relationship with not just ourselves, but also with God. Because without God, what do we have? Nothing. We just have empty pleasures. So that's the focal point of the kind of direction that I'm headed toward right now in my life. And consistency is key, because if you fall off once, it's difficult to get back up. That's why no matter how many times you tell yourself you're never going to do this bad thing again, you're never going to watch porn again, you're never going to order junk food and just gorge yourself again, you're never going to do any of these self-destructive things again, it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, we're all human beings and we all make mistakes. Sometimes we make the same mistake twice, knowing full well what the consequences are. That's when you got to take a step back and start looking at yourself, not from self-hatred or condemnation, but from a sense of being in a place where you need some help. And this is why turning to God is probably the best thing you're ever going to do. Being alone this whole time, it starts messing with your brain. Knowing that the past can be undone, and just putting all your eggs in one basket is not going to do you any favors either, nor will it further your development as a person of some particular skill, or just a human being that is trying to write out this beautiful gift that is known as life. The only thing that is helpful is self-actualization. And the only way to achieve it is by developing a personal relationship with God. Now, it might be a little bit challenging at first, it might be taxing. You might think to yourself that this is probably just some kind of plea for attention. You're trying to curry favor with people that you want to look at you. But that's when you pray for humbleness, sincerity, and a desire to be better than you were yesterday. And no matter how many times you fall, the actions that you take in developing that resilience within yourself is what's going to help you get back up. It's by believing in God, believing that God has a plan, and knowing full well that He is never going to let you down. I'm still recovering. If you guys can't tell, I'm a little slow on the uptake, not to mention probably not ever, and I mean ever, gonna impress any women. But hey, I am in a relationship, and it's with God, and it is beautiful. So this is not one of my usual videos where I just kind of bore everybody to tears with my self-pity and sob story. It's just a genuine initiative to disseminate encouragement to all those out there who feel like they have nothing left, who are at the end of their rope, who feel like it's too late for them. You can always come back. You can, you really can. And trust me when I tell you, I know it feels like you don't have anyone physically with you to spend time with, or be vulnerable to, or open up to safely without feeling any fear or doubt in your heart or your mind. But start talking to God. He's never forgotten you. He hasn't forgotten you. He knows us all personally, flaws and all. It doesn't matter to Him how many times we've messed up. It doesn't matter to Him how many times we've done the same mistake over and over again. If we just take a moment out of our days to just talk to Him and just spend some time with Him, maybe, just maybe, you might like what you see. You might like what you feel. And I know we cannot physically see a higher power in our lives, but we can see it. We can see it through other people. We can see it through how we treat other people, with kindness, with decency, with respect, with understanding that everyone comes from a different background, everyone comes from a different walk of life, everyone has their own battles, their own struggles, everyone is going through stuff that they don't share with anyone else because they're too afraid that they're either going to get shunned down or judged or maligned or chastened or embarrassed. We all go through stuff in life, but ultimately in the end, it's so that we can remember that we are all children of God, who are blessed in ways that we can't see right now, but in time we will. So that's enough out of me. I love you all so much, but God loves you that much more. I hope you all take good care of yourselves, stay blessed, and take good care of yourselves. There, I said it again. Good night.